I'm sure many of you struggle with installing the Java plugins on a Linux platform. In my example, I've got SUSE Linux Enterprise Support Pack 3. And let me first show you the problem that I have. So here's the Vibe application that I'm running. And if I go into the form view designer of that, and then go into the workflow processes, and I'm trying to open up one of these workflows. And really, if Java is enabled on this browser, things should work fine. But here I see that the plugin is missing. And then if you go and try and install the plugin, it takes you to this location and it doesn't find it, so it gives you instructions on how to manually install it. So the chances are you probably go around in circles, but anyway, I've done that for you, and here's how to fix the issue. So let me close all this. First and foremost, this is Firefox installed on SUSE Linux Enterprise Server version Support Pack 3. So first I need to find out what version of Firefox I have running, whether it's a 64-bit or a 32-bit, so I can get the appropriate plugin for Java. While we're at it, let's verify the version of SUSE Linux Enterprise Server we have. So we see we have SLES11sp3, and the other command for Firefox that you need is this one. It's rather long, so make a note of it. And so that tells me that I have a 64-bit Firefox installed on this version of SLES. The next step is to download the version of Java. Go to java.com. And we'll download the RPM for Linux 64-bit. Now the instructions are there if you want to read it, or you can just continue following this. Let's save this to our desired location, and I'll put it in the directory, the installs directory on the desktop. Okay, once it's downloaded, let's go to that directory, and there it is. And we'll open a couple of terminal windows here. Currently we don't have Java installed on here, and I want to install Java in a specific directory. So I will install it in the user Java directory, and you'll find that it is not installed, so the Java is not there. The directory is not there. So make the directory, change to that directory, and install the RPM. So now that Java is installed, we still will be missing the browser plugins. So to get the browser plugins, just to make sure, if you go to the Firefox, you see we've only got the one plugin here. Okay, so the next task is to get the browser plugin. Now the plugins directory for the version of Firefox installed on this machine is located in the browser plugins directory. So if you go to cd user, and it's our 64-bit, so we go to 64-bit and then the browser plugins directory. This is where we would expect all the plugins for this version of Firefox on this version of Linux installation. So we see here we've only got the one plugin, which is what we saw in the Firefox. Now to get the plugin here for Java, you need to create a soft link to a specific file that is installed in the Java directory. Let's verify that particular file exists in the Java directory that we installed into. And this is the file that you need to create a soft link to from the browser plugin directory. So the command for that is -ln-s, and simply just easier to copy and paste the path and followed by the file name space the link. Okay, now this is a soft link to the file that is located in the Java directory, but if we do an ls, you will see the two plugins there. You could have copied it, but it's better to create a soft link, then you only have one single location of that file. Let's verify this. You have to restart Firefox, so close the existing Firefox window and restart it. Okay, so let's verify the plugins. And there we see we have the plugin here, and the other plugin should be at the bottom there. There you are. Okay, so far so good. So let's now verify our problem. I will log into that site again. Here I am logged into that site, and if I go to my form view designer, I will still expect another slight issue. The issue that I'm referring to is to do with the security settings for the version of Java. So here we don't get a plugin error, and I'm just prompted to execute or activate it. I'll remember the task. And that's Java login. Now this has been blocked by a Java security. For the later versions of Java, this is a problem. So unless you have kosher certificates, you need to enter an exception for this. Now, that's another task. So to enter the exception for this particular site, you need to go to the Java control panel. So we've installed our Java into this particular directory. And there's the control panel. You can create a shortcut for this, but this is what you will have been more familiar with on the Windows platform. Go into the security and you edit the site list, and let's just enter our site in there. I'm going to enter the IP address, and I will also enter the DNS name for it. Go back into our form view designer, look at our workflow processes, and see if the problem is resolved. There you go. So now we accept this, and we should be able to see our form view designer in a diagram format. So this is the workflow. Okay, hope this has been useful, and hope it saves you time too.